Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of EETV, where I was trying to bring you everything in entertainment. Now, earlier this month, I stated that we needed a special or specials featuring the older teams of Power Rangers. Now, the reason why we need this is because Cosmic Fury and Once and Always left everything very open ended. There is room within the 30-year story arc to add in some more specials featuring the older teams of Power Rangers. And one of the ways they can kick this off will be to help restart the reboot. They could have, like I stated before, a mixed Ranger team, different members from different teams from Power Rangers over the past 30 years trying to stop a common threat, which leads to the restart of the new Power Rangers in a different dimension. Now, I think this is a way for not Netflix, but Hasbro and Disney to have their cake and eat it too, and to have the fans enjoy everything. And what I mean by this is because now you're appeasing the older fans that want to see more, but then at the same time you're creating interest in a new generation of fans that are going to look back over the previous 30 years and perhaps watch the older shows along with watching the new reboot as well. And this has to happen because with the success of Once and Always, there is a market to have the specials. And having the specials will help fill in a lot of the gaps that the 30-year storyline left open-ended. They could perhaps use unused scripts. Maybe we can finally find out the identity of the Phantom Ranger. And we can get some other questions answered that were previously unanswered. And I think this would be an excellent idea. Now, saying that, I know what you're thinking. Which teams should be utilized in this mixed Ranger team that's going to help start off the new reboot and all the other end of specials? Well, since it's classic, we do have to have one member, at least one member. It could be more, but just to start off, we should have one member from the Mighty Morphin era, from the Mighty Morphin team. We should have another member from the In Space team. We should also have a member from the now let me see. I want to say Wild Force, but I think before Wild Force, I think we should have a member from Lost Galaxy first, and Dino Thunder, and then maybe a member from Wild Force after it. Now, I know it'll be difficult to see what members they should use, but I do have a quick theory that just came to mind. How they should go about picking not only which teams to use, but what member of the team they should focus on when it comes to that mixed Ranger team. Now, you're going to need a leader. So there's a couple good candidates for that. Now, there's going to be two that I think of right at the top of the head that should definitely have more spotlight time. Now, definitely Andros and Jason Lee Scott. One of those two have to be the leader, or if you can't pick between the two, it should be a mission with a bunch of older Rangers are going about defeating a common threat. And both Andros and Jason have to lead. I think that's better that way. Both Andros and Jason have to lead two different mixed Ranger teams off to defeat a common threat that is threatening to destroy the entire universe. And in the process of trying to destroy the entire universe, they actually find out about a different universe, and that's where the new reboot should take place, in a different universe, starting off with their version of the Mighty Morphin team. I think that's where they should lead. But who knows? That could be wrong. People could be tired of the universe thing and different dimensions. But I think that's a good idea to go with. Now, I know what you're thinking too. Should it be 10 Rangers altogether? Should each member of both Jason and Andros' team only receive 5 members, or should they have 6 or even 7? Well, that's when you have to go throughout the entire 30-year history of Power Rangers and then pick out not only the most interesting characters. You might want to pick out characters that haven't been completely fleshed out that were interesting, but due to time constraints and them using the Sentai footage most of the time instead of relying on their own footage when they brought the show over to the United States, they should use characters that maybe are interesting and haven't really been fleshed out. And just because a certain character, and also while thinking about this, if a character does not have enough story to be fleshed out, maybe they should be featured in like 1 to 2 episodes to help out the team. Now, when coming to mind with this, they're definitely going to have to use some members of the Time Force team. So that has to be apparent. Also, if you're going to use members from the Time Force team, you're also going to have to use members of the Space Patrol Delta team as well. And you also have to include Rangers that have been around for a very long time and have helped out various Power Ranger teams. So we could look forward to seeing Billy Cranston again. And I think it's a good idea. Now, they're going to have to do this in such a way that the story is very interesting and that the stakes are on the line, and you have to have the notion, if these 2 mixed ranger teams don't succeed, it'll be the end of everything. So they have to make everything just pop out and focused on they have to succeed or everything is over. Now, that's one thing they had somewhat with Cosmic Fury, and I don't blame them because they weren't given enough resources and enough episodes. And I'm sure if they were given more resources and more episodes, we would have had more of this, and you would have seen more Ranger teams and more of everything, given to how high stakes the last battle was. But I digress. We're not going to focus in on that now. And also, while I'm saying that, there definitely should be either 1 or 2 members, either on both 1 or 2 members from both Andros' team and Jason's team from the Cosmic Fury team. A member or 2 members from the Cosmic Fury team should be 1 on Jason's team and 1 on Andros' team to help out, since they were the very last team before they closed out the 30-year story arc. And with this, they could also have other specials. We can find out different things that the 30-year time arc had left out, whether due to time constraints or whether because they didn't have the Sentai footage to go with it. It will require extensive research to go into and pull this out. Now, with that being said, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to start off step by step and little by little, and which means videos are not going to be coming out cranking out about this subject. Is this subject I actually could see making different fan-made scripts about this over the next couple of years, because I have to do more research, rewatch shows that I haven't viewed in a while over the past 30 years of Power Ranger history. But I think that is something that should take place, and it'll be something that, like I said previously, It'll be something that helps the older fans, and we get to see more of what we want to see, while at the same time bringing in newer fans and then generating re-interest and making the reboot that much interesting. Tell me what you think about this idea. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.